What score on the personality test would I be looking for to spot a narcissist?
The most important thing about personality is first, analyzing yourself. Second is analyzing someone else. So it's actually not their score, it's how they relate to the score.
Interesting.
That should be a red flag. So you want to guess which personality traits live the longest?
Well, I'd say if you're high conscientious.
You want to know who lives the shortest?
You tell me. So if I'm sat listening to this conversation right now and I'm sat next to somebody and I'm like, I think they might be a narcissist.
Oh, no.
Yes. And I'll turn to them now. So if you're sat next to somebody who thinks a narcissist, just turn to them and say, hey, we should do this personality test on Vanessa's website. What score on the personality test would I be looking for to spot a narcissist?
Oh, goodness.
What would it look like?
So narcissists tend to be higher in extroversion. They typically love to be around people because it feeds their narcissism. Again, that does not mean that all extroverts are narcissists. I don't know about conscientiousness. I don't know if that correlates. Typically, narcissists are lower in agreeableness because they believe in themselves so much that they're like, I don't need people to agree with me. I'm totally great by myself. Typically, they're lower in neuroticism because they don't worry. They're like, everyone likes me. I'm so great. Why should I be worried? And I don't know about openness. So luckily, whatever their answer is, you don't have to be too worried, but you do want to have a conversation that goes like this. I see that you're really low in neuroticism, which means you don't worry about things. When has that served you and when has that not served you? The most important thing about personality is first, analyzing yourself, knowing where you fall. Second is analyzing someone else. How do they fit with you? And the last step is, do you optimize or compromise? A narcissist will not compromise with you. So you'll find out if they're a narcissist if, as you talk about the compromises, they won't. When they talk about how they're neurotic, they never had a problem with it. Oh, their agreeableness, it's always been great. Oh, their extroversion, they're perfect. Their conscientiousness, they do everything right. They've never made a mistake. Their openness, their way is the better way. A narcissist typically believes their personality traits are perfect. Typically. So it's actually not their score, it's how they relate to the score.
Interesting.
That should be a red flag.
And you said at the start of the conversation, certain personality traits correlate with longevity.
Yes, they've studied this. So you want to guess which personality traits live the longest?
Well, I'd say if you're high conscientious, then you're going to live pretty long.
Number one.
Because you're not going to take many risks. You're not going to fuck up.
But there's a close second.
Health.
So high conscientious people are very good at habits, exercising, brushing teeth, taking their medication. And there's one more that correlates to longevity.
I'm going to say high extroversion.
Yes.
Because you make more friends.
That's it.
You have a partner.
That's it. So if you are a high extrovert, you have a support system, you invest in your support system, and you're getting a constant dose of oxytocin and serotonin, which makes you feel so good, which makes you feel belonging, which means you seek out people when you needed help.
So who
you want advice?
Extroverts live longer.
Yeah. Extroverts and high conscious people live longer. You want to know who lives the shortest? Can you guess?
You tell me.
The people who live the shortest, who have the lowest lifespan, are high neurotics. We worry ourselves to death. We have more chronic stress, more anxiety, and more depression. So neurotics have an issue, and this is me. We have a problem with our serotonin, right? Serotonin is very complicated. There's doing a lot of research on this. If I don't produce as much serotonin, and I produce it more slowly, I am having far more negative experiences than the same person in the room. Like if I'm in a car and we almost get in a car accident and I'm the high neurotic, that affects me all day long. I'm like jittery and jumpy all day. And people earlier are like, what are you talking about? We didn't even get in an accident. It's because their serotonin kicked in right away, began producing. They're like, oh, we're good. Whereas mine is like a slow, faltering car. It's like...
I know people like that. I feel sorry for them.
Exactly. And they don't live as long. So I am working very, very hard in my life to, one, dial up my extroversion to have a really strong support system because I know that supports me both mentally and longevity-wise. But I'm also working on how to curb my neuroticism, to dial down my worry, to know that it's not an investment in worry prevention. Worrying more does not prevent bad things from happening, but having resilience does.
What about optimism and pessimism?
You know, optimism is not a part of the personality spectrum. However, high neurotics tend to be more pessimistic.
Okay, so
right? So the more you worry, the more you think bad things will happen.
Did you hear about that study, a study in 2015, where they looked at the blood test results of extroverts found that they had stronger immune responses than introverts.
Doesn't that make so much sense? So extroverts, there's a lot of things happening for extroverts. One is they're exposing themselves to lots of different immune systems. So they're getting more antibodies by exposing themselves to lots of different immune systems. But two, when they're with people, they're happier. If you're an introvert and you're with someone and you're unhappy and stressed, your cortisol is up, your adrenaline is up, you're not having as good of a time. Whereas an extrovert is getting all this energy, getting all this dopamine, which is fueling them, which is making them feel better, which makes them stronger.
I was reading about something a couple of years ago as well that showed that if you have stronger social connections, it's like an insulator of stress.
Yes.
So, but if you're lonely and you experience stress, you physiologically feel it worse.
It's stress insurance.
Yeah.
Like investing in your friendships, the reason why I talk about it so much, it is stress insurance. And by the way, lifelong singles, they can predict lifelong singles. So lifelong singles, typically low in openness.
Which means?
They don't want to try new things. They don't want to go to new places. They don't want to go to new restaurants. They won't go out and meet new people because they're low in openness. Low in extroversion, so they don't get energy from being around people. And they're low in conscientiousness. They can't even plan it. That is the trifecta of you're going to have a hard time meeting your friends, meeting your people, because you don't get energy from people. You're not open to meeting new people, and you cannot have follow through with trying to get the habit to get those new people. This episode is really important for those people because it means, A, you're not alone. There's other people who have this. Two, it could be your genetics at work, right? I think that sometimes people get like down on themselves for it. And I'm like, look, like it could be how you're wired. You're not set up right to be getting energy from people. Okay, we have to work on that. That means we have to find the right people in the right situation. So if I have that person, I have a lot of lifelong singles who are my students. I say, okay, we can do this. We can do this. Okay, you don't get energy from people. You're a low extrovert. Where do you get energy? Knitting. Okay. Books. Great. Hiking. Great. Extreme sports. Great. That's where I want you to hang out. I want you to get energy from the activity, not the people. So that way you're getting all this good stuff from the activity. Meeting people becomes a side effect, and it's easier to be extroverted, to fight with that extroversion, because you're like, oh, they're doing the same activity. And you don't even have to be high open. Because if you love that extreme sport, go to the same place every week at the same time, but do it all over the city. Mm-hmm. That way, the first time is going to be hard, but it's a ritual, it's a habit. And then whoever is coming in new, that's your app. That's your already getting people. So there's ways to do this. You just have to invest a little bit in it. I truly believe that lifelong singles can find their person. They just have to be looking in the right ways.